to Rockstar Reactor. My name is Steve Mastriani, aka VØID, and I want to welcome you to the show. So, this is the first episode, the world premiere of Rockstar Reactor, and I'm really excited about it. Basically, Rockstar Reactor is where I review and react to the links that you send me online, and that involves memes and tabs, tutorial videos, concert footage, songs that you're really digging, techniques that you want me to check out, new gear, forums that are interesting or ridiculous, anything that you want me to check out. That is what we're here for. I'm gonna, provide the reactions, reviews, and also some insights. It's a nice excuse for me to provide insights, and a lot of those insights are going to come from my best-selling book, Practice Less, Play More, which you can find over at playmoresongs.com. So before we get into the show, one thing that I wanted to say was that this is going to be completely raw, uncut, uncensored. So warning, if you don't like swearing, if you don't like strong reactions, then this show probably isn't for you. Now, if you're open-minded and you have a good sense of humor, then you'll probably really like this show. It's going to involve a lot of different things. It's going to be basically, I don't even actually know all the stuff that we're going to be doing because it's the first time, and kind of on all the shows that I've done, whether it's Troll Talk, Riff Starter, Pajama Jam, any of the shows that I've broadcasted, kind of see how it goes as we do it. So from episode to episode, new things will come up. I'm also open to suggestions, and we'll kind of see how it goes. But first, before we actually get into it, I wanted to just check. I don't know if there's a comments and reactions. Yeah, so there is. Okay, sweet. All right, Johnny, great to see you, buddy. All right, cool. So let's jump in. Basically, there's gonna be different parts of the show, and so the first thing I just wanted to go over a few pieces of news. So yesterday, Facebook and Instagram were down. I mean, I must have reset my password or tried to reset my password about 6 or 7 times. I was trying to broadcast this show. I was trying to actually test the broadcast, and I couldn't because it was down. I thought it was my computer or something. So I was on every single device, putting in the codes and resetting it, and it was actually quite ridiculous. But luckily it went back up, and then I decided not to use YouTube or Facebook because YouTube actually looked the best, and so this might actually be broadcasted to Facebook inside my group Practice Let's Play More. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just gonna kind of see how it goes. But as far as YouTube, I think everything's clear. Johnny, if you're watching, it would be cool to see if it is clear, if hopefully the quality is clear. I think that it is. And yeah, that's basically it. So, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump in. Basically, I'm going to get into the different links in no particular order, and then we'll go from there. So, okay, nice, Johnny. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I basically quit all the stuff on my computer this to make sure that this is running smoothly. It might not run smoothly when I got the videos playing, but we'll see. So the first ever submission on Rockstar Reactor is from Tim from GIC. Now, Tim asked, am I familiar with Noah Kahan? I guess Kahan. Thoughts? Are you a fan? And he just announced today is a festival on the beach in Asbury Park with Bruce Springsteen. Sweet, E Street Band. Okay, now I haven't heard any of his music that I'm aware of. Noah, I haven't heard of his music. Now, there's something that happened about maybe 2 weeks ago where the artist Dua Lipa, she, whether intentionally or unintentionally, she kind of ripped off one of my songs, and that was released in, I believe it was 2017 or 18. Anyway, long story short, through some back and forth, now yours truly has a cut of that song. It's called Training Season by Dua Lipa. It is, last week, it was, I think, number 6 song in the world, which was very, very cool, and just sort of like something that just fell from the sky. But what I'm getting at is the only reason why I know that name, Noah Kahan, I guess, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but the only reason why I know that name is because he's also on the Billboard chart, and I'm super competitive, so I see his name on the chart, and I'm just like, damn you, Noah, like, just like get down in the rankings. We want to go up. We want our song to rank higher, and so it's the only way I know that name. I haven't heard anything from him. Now on there's a YouTube link over here, so let's make sure that we can get that loaded. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna load this, and I don't know for sure if this is going to work here.
This song is on
Here we
the
go.
deluxe version of my record, Stick Season.
Oh, Stick Season, yeah. So, okay, now, maybe Stick Season might be it might be the album name, it might be the title of the record, the title of the actual song. I don't know 100%. But here's what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna listen on headphones over here, and let's have a quick listen to this. And I don't know. Maybe the song's called Dial Drunk. I guess it
Here
is.
forever. It came out a couple months ago.
Yeah, great. So Dial Drunk from Red Rocks. Awesome. I was actually just performing there. What was that? October. Awesome venue. I don't know if you've ever been to Red Rocks, but it's just like this amphitheater where everything goes up, and there's two massive red rocks. I mean, the whole thing is basically surrounded. It's just such a wild venue. But anyway, so great venue. So Noah Kahan. Okay, let's see. This song isn't the one that's on the Billboard, but let's just hear what this guy could do.
I thought people were gonna forget about me, but you guys have made this song huge and have changed my life. So
Cool. Maybe Dial Drunk. Actually, this does sound familiar. The name sounds familiar. Maybe Dial Drunk is was his first big hit. I don't know.
I hope you guys sing a little bit of it.
Yeah, check this out. Holy smokes. Yeah. Massive. Like these two massive rocks. It's such a cool venue.
Remembering, I promise to forget you now, but it's raining and I'm calling drunk, and my medicine is drowning your perspective out.
I don't recognize the song. Let's get to the chorus. I'm not. Maybe I might recognize the chorus. Can't say I recognize it. But they're solid. I mean, that's a solid band for sure. While we're on it, so I do want to hear what Stick Season sounds like, because this is a song right now that I believe is higher on the chart, and even on the UK chart. We were like number 2, I believe, on the UK singles chart. So let's actually go. No, let's hear this. Let's hear the official one. So this is right now, it's just skipping ads. We don't want to see any ads on here. Basically, the only ad that I've got is the play more songs for the book. But yeah, this is just taking a second because Chrome is strong arming YouTube to skip the ad. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Stick Season. Let's fast forward a bit.
Promise me that I would, as you promised me that I was more than all the miles.
Yeah, it's got a cool vibe, cool voice. I wouldn't say it's like the most original thing that I've heard. Kind of sounds like a lot of artists in the space. Like there was what was that one, like Passenger, a little bit like what, James Blunt, was it? Like
You must have had yourself a change of heart like halfway through the drive, because your voice trailed off exactly as you passed my exit sign. Kept on driving straight.
Let's hear the chorus here.
Right now I am stuck between my anger and the blame that I can't face, and memories or something even smoking weed does not replace, and I am terrified of weather.
But yeah, like kind of a more modern twist.
Doc told me to travel, but there's COVID on the planes, and I love Vermont, but it's the season of the sticks, and I saw your mom, she forgot that I existed, and it's half my fault, but I just like to play the victim. I'll drink alcohol till my friends come home for Christmas, and I'll dream each night of some.
Yeah, it's like feel good, nostalgic.
But I did not lose. Now you're tired tracks and one pair of shoes, and I'm split in half, but that'll have to do.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I like it. Now, I don't really listen to that much music, believe it or not, anymore. Like I'm usually like in the studio writing stuff and performing. But yeah, I mean, if that's on, it's like pretty easy listening. I like folk and with southern tinge. Like I like a lot of different kinds of music. So if that was on, I mean, I wouldn't hate it for sure. It's talented. It seems like a talented guy. And yeah, I'm down. I mean, I'm definitely not down with him ranking higher on the charts, but yeah, it's cool. I like it. Awesome. Thanks, Tim. So next up, what we have from Graham, also in GIC. Graham sent over. He sent so finger tapping and sweep picking. So he sent over some videos here. He asks, "Is this all just a load of hype, a load of BS, just showing off, or is there something useful or artistic in this?" So let's check it out. Let's see what this video is all about. Now, one thing I didn't mention, I haven't seen any of these links. So people submit these links over to me, and this is the first time I'm seeing them. So I want like an honest, like a genuine reaction. If you want to send over a link, I'm going to have a form, a proper like site set up for this. But for now, just send a link over to support@rockstarmind.com and send over the link. You can just pop Rockstar Reactor. You can just put the subject line Rockstar Reactor and put in the link. You can ask a question about the link. You can let me know kind of roughly what it is. But yeah, I'm not watching anything before. I'm not screening anything. So I mean, let's keep it. I don't know, actually, just send whatever. I don't care. Just send whatever. YouTube, I guess, will block the video if there's anything that's not safe for work, like really not safe for work. But whatever, man. It's this is also going to be in my Play More app, so we bypass YouTube. Anyway, so I just wanted to mention that if you have any links or anything that you want to send over, then you can send that over at support@rockstarmind.com. So anything that you want me to check out, review. But let's see this. This is the first like strictly like guitar related actual post here. So let's see best 5-minute tapping workout for intermediate players.
Tapping.
So check this out.
One of the absolute coolest and most exciting guitar techniques out there. This playing and the upcoming workout will greatly help you with tapping riff together.
Okay.
This one features tapping with multiple fingers, tapping slides, and which is absolutely very.
Okay, let's get to the thing. This is just the intro.
Next workout challenge.
Okay, so the warm up. Let's check this out. By the way, I just want to check because also this is the first video, first episode. When I'm playing the volume of the YouTube video here, it's cool. Grab it. The YouTube video is the volume of my microphone louder. It should be. I hope it is, and hopefully you could hear everything clearly. I'm just trying to get the volume balance happening properly. So if you're around, if you want to just pop inside the chat, just yes, thumbs up or something like that. That would be much appreciated. Yeah, so he's going through slowly, I guess, here. And I guess it gets faster. Okay, so I get the point, and thanks, Scott. So just a few things. First of all, I think the technique is very cool. I think that do I have this like there's like years ago I learned this Joe Satriani riff. Actually, I don't know. This is actually not even plugged in right now, but like this double tapping kind of thing, which is a cool little thing for sure. Like Midnight by Joe Satriani has like double tapping on it, and there's a whole bunch of tracks that have double tapping on it. Now, is this something that's going to be worth your time? Well, it all depends on what you're doing. I mean, for me, I don't really think that there's that much value in exercises or workouts like this unless you're playing songs that have this specific technique. Or if you're a writer, if you write songs, like if you're, let's say, you like writing your own songs or you're a guitar player in a band, then that's a different story. Okay, so that's like if you want to you check this out and you're like, oh damn, that's a cool technique, and you understand, like he did a lot of the work here, so you understand how the technique works and you use that technique for one of your own riffs. Like I've done that in the past. Typically I'll get that more from songs that I really love, but and here, let me just turn this off of here. So I get that from songs that I really love, and I'll extract that. Either I'll play the song that I really love that might have a double tapping technique like Joe Satriani Midnight, or I will take that double tapping technique and use that in one of my own songs. Like, for example, I was headlining in Toronto, Canada. Oh man, that must have been like back in like 2011 or 12. And it was a big one too. Like I just got off of the tour with Kiss. It was we were opening for Kiss. It was 34 shows. It was like huge deal. And some of the fans, like, we were just building up a lot of hype. And so we come back. We're from Toronto, and so it's a hometown show. It's just a big deal. We want to make it really special. And so one of the ideas that we had was to have this feature where like my drummer would have a big solo. I would have a solo where like the band would leave the stage and it would just be me. Like we wanted to do like the Rockstar stuff. So for that, I'm like, okay, well, what could I do that's kind of impressive but also musical? And one of the most impressive and musical things that I know is Joe Satriani Midnight. So I relearned that, and I created a part that was similar to Joe Satriani Midnight. There was a direct correlation between the technique and the output, the thing that I needed it for. I needed it to play at my hometown show so I could impress the audience and make an awesome show. You know, that was the goal. And that was cool because also then my drummer came back on stage. We actually played Muse Hysteria. We jammed on that for a bit, and then I left the stage and he did his solo. So it was a cool little like moment in the set. So that's like, I would look at a video like this and be like, oh, that's super cool. That maybe I could use one of these techniques here, whether it's like the tap and slide or whatever it might be. If you want to take something like this and get your fingers on it just to expose yourself to a new technique, I'd set a timer for 15 minutes and just see how you like it. A lot of people get hung up on exercises. Like, I got to do this exercise, and this week is going to be about playing this best 5-minute tapping workout for intermediate players. You know, nothing against this guy who created it. It's just, if it's not a song that you love, then there's so many songs that are out there. And so if it's not a song, then I don't see as much of a purpose. Again, unless you love a lot of songs like that, and this has a cool technique that prepares you for playing more songs like that faster, or if you're writing a riff and then you're using that. Otherwise, I don't really see that much value in exercises, only because there's just so many songs that you could use as exercises. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So the next link from Graham as well. So this is sweep picking, I believe. Maybe it's the same
Today
person.
we're gonna work on our sweep picking skills.
Okay, so 10-minute beginner sweeping workout. Okay, so I'm just gonna preface this by saying I don't even know what this guy's gonna do. I'm sure that like super talented guitar player and all that, and probably great teacher. Probably the same advice. That was double tapping and sliding and stuff. This is sweep picking, same exact idea. It's if you want to use it, if there's a bunch of songs, there's probably a lot more songs that have sweep picking in it than tapping. And so if you want to boost your sweep picking and do like a little study on sweep picking, then yeah, sure. But you might as well just go with tracks that you love. Like, who are your favorite guitar players that use sweep picking, and go with songs that they created, songs and solos that they created. That'll keep you going back to the guitar a lot more, I think. Rather than, because I mean, just the amount of time that it takes to like learn. This is one thing that actually is, I think this is an important point. Let's just say you love Yngwie Malmsteen. So Yngwie Malmsteen uses a lot of sweep picking, and you love Rising Force, that album, okay? It's much better to study Rising Force and learn sweep picking through Rising Force, songs that you grew up on, let's say, that you really know in your head, like it just you live and breathe that album. You know the whole map of how like what parts happen where. You could hear it in your head. You could hum it. Or try to at least, blah, 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 whatever, like, you know, super fast. I was super obsessed with that album, by the way, when I was a kid. So my point is, though, is then you can, or you spend time learning something that this guy made up that isn't Rising Force by Yngwie Malmsteen. And you have to, it's like, not only are you learning the sweep picking technique, but you're also learning the musical part. Doesn't it make sense? If you're just going to learn sweep picking, you might as well just go with something that you love, like Rising Force by like any song off of Rising Force, whatever. Pick your favorite song off Rising Force by Yngwie Malmsteen, a song that you just know inside out up here, and then all you're learning is sweep picking. So you study the different parts that involve sweep picking. It's a much more practical way, in my opinion, to get the job done. And if you can't play something, you know, simplify it so that you can play it, match your skill level so you can play it from day one. That's my approach. Learning a song in the style of Yngwie, or these sites that have in the style of whatever, you know, it's like you're doing twice the work because you're also learning their stuff, their exercise. You're learning an exercise. And so I just don't see as much value as actually playing the song that you love. Does that make sense? Anyway, so let's just see what this guy did. Now, again, you don't have to like completely disregard it. You hit play on it. You set a timer for 15 minutes. You hit play on it. And then if something grabs you where you're like, oh, that's super cool, then maybe you check that out, because again, that might be like a Dragon Force song or an Yngwie song, or it's like, oh, damn, that's kind of cool. I want to use that for my own riff. Then it's a different story. Okay. Then you can take whatever you need. But if it's just like, I want to learn sweep picking, I wouldn't just go to like some random site and learn sweep picking. I would think like, I love this solo by this artist that I love, and then, you know, I'm going to play that.
This is a play along
Cool.
workout.
Very nice. I mean, I don't hate it. Like, I think it's just better use of your time to do some other things. Okay, so now next, Scott from Jam GPS. Thank you, buddy, for sending this over here. Let's see. And again, I didn't watch any of this stuff before. I didn't watch any of this before this episode. So let's see. Van Halen right here, right now. Concert. Nice. Okay, let's check it out.
For about 20 years now, give or take 15. When the guys writes, here it is right now.
All right, let's get into it here. Right here, right now. Oh, this is the whole. Whoa, this is the whole concert. All right, so let's see what is there the set list? Yeah. Cool. So, and I believe there's different interviews in there. Oh, this is the whole thing. Now obviously we can't watch the whole thing, but let's see. Amazing finale. Let's see this here. Oh, maybe it's just the end there. Let's see. Oh, actually, I want to see how they start. Like, what do they come out with? He's got a drill. That's amazing. I wonder, did Paul Gilbert do that first? I mean, Paul Gilbert has the pick attachment on the drill, which is so ridiculous. Definitely more poppy and melodic version of Van Halen, Van Hagar. Cool. Let's see. Yeah, it sounds solid.
Let's go to my best friend.
Check out Eddie. Great tone. Little crunch. So yeah, it's like it's like the Rockstar thing, man. You didn't need to take a toke, you know, a drag. Cool. It's almost like Salisbury Hill. Da, 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 da. Similar vein. Beautiful. So much control. Let's see where it goes. Also, you know, it's interesting. Playing live is a much different animal where you're... I mean, he's super comfortable over here, but, you know, playing inside your own space and then playing live, like, it's completely different. The way your fingers work and move, and sometimes they feel like concrete blocks, and sometimes there's, like, you know, jitters, and so accuracy is kind of hard to come by live for a lot of players. So Eddie's just born on stage, man. Let's see. He's gonna obviously start, yeah, getting into it here. So this, speaking of tapping, oh, that's pretty cool. This is something like, oh, if you love this, then learn this. You know, might as well spend time learning this rather than some random exercise. If you love this, you know. Yeah. So casual. This is the kind of thing, like, if you're into tapping, like, this is exactly what I was just talking about. If you love Van Halen, you love this track and this performance, then that's what I would study, because that's the thing, how you know how it goes. You probably heard it so many times. Cool. Very nice. So obviously we can't watch the whole concert there, but very cool. And if there's anything specific that that you want me to watch, I could always do that in another episode. But yeah, very, very cool. So let's do this, because let me just see the time. So we're rounding out about what, almost 30 minutes here. And what I wanted to do here, I want to also kind of mix it up here, because I found a Reddit thread. I didn't read anything on the Reddit thread. I can't remember what I searched. I just thought it would be funny to have a look at a Reddit thread, and because people have so many opinions. So I thought it would be funny just to check out who I think I put in like the rudest guitar player or something like that. And so I found this thread. I didn't read anything. I want everything to be as fresh as possible on this show. But who's the cockiest guitar who's the cockiest guitar player you've ever met? And what were they like? So I asked, because yesterday I met the cockiest guitar player ever. Dude was correcting everybody and giving unsolicited criticism. Like, no one even asked. That's amazing. He started shredding too, and then looked around the room to see people's reaction, to see if people recognized how great he was. He was just an ass all around. I had the urge to snatch his guitar from his hands and beat him with. That is incredible, man. That is so funny. So I don't know if you know a guitar player like that, where, like, correcting everyone. It's almost like a grammar Nazi, like someone who, if you say like I seen or something like no, it's actually I've said or whatever, blah blah blah, like I've seen, like someone is correcting like that. Guitar might be even more annoying, or unnecessary or unsolicited criticism. Some people just want to have fun. Like, some people when they play, they just want to have fun. They don't want they don't necessarily need advice. They don't necessarily want advice. Like, they just want to have fun. And if they ask, cool. Like, if they ask for advice, then cool. But some people just, especially, there are guitar players who have either put in a lot of time, like they've practiced for hours and hours, and they feel like they're kind of owed something. And at the same, on the flip side, they also feel like they owe the world something, like they're doing service. They're doing like the Lord's work or something by telling people. I see this all the time on comments on different things. Like, especially I've posted things with Riff Starter, like episodes of Riff Starter, my other show. I've no, oh yeah, so Ingve, yeah, Ingve, yeah, Ingve. I've heard that he's had some cocky moments where, yeah, people think that he's a dick. It's possible. I've never met the guy, but maybe he's changed now. But I know in his heyday, I think dude was just high on his own supply. What was, hold on, I was just gonna say, so yeah, Ingve definitely was someone there. But yeah, I think, oh yeah, in the comments of Facebook ads and stuff, like I'll post like Riff Starter or something like that, and it's so stupid. Like, basically, I'll post an episode of Riff Starter. I remember one specifically. So, Master of Puppets. We're not going to load it up over here, but an episode of Riff Starter where I'm playing Master of Puppets. And the whole premise of Riff Starter, by the way, you might want to check out that show if you haven't already. Riff Starter is all about matching riffs to your current skill level so you can play them from day one. So, I offer ways to simplify the riff in a way that you'd be able to play right away. And so Master of Puppets was one of those riffs. Great riff. I mean, I used to be obsessed with Metallica. Love Metallica. And Master of Puppets, huge song. Especially, like, we're talking about using songs as excuses for playing guitar, like for developing technique. Master of Puppets is fantastic. Anyway, on this particular episode, the way that I played it, I was playing with alternate picking. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. I mean, this is not plugged in right now, but you'll probably still be able to hear it. It's like, I played, I went down, up, 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 down, up. Anyway, in the 80s, Metallica, being the thrash metal players that they were, they would have gone down, 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 all downs, down, 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 all downs, right? Now, as they're getting up there in age, maybe arthritis started kicking in. I'm not sure. Maybe stamina is just not what it was. And so they also play with upstrokes, which is really a funny detail here. But anyway, these assholes, they're like multiple people. As if I'm asking for corrections. Like, I'm taking my time out of my busy schedule to try to do some good and help people play. Like, enable people to play something they thought was so far in the future, and enable to play that maybe today or tomorrow or the next day. And so, I feel like I'm doing a good thing. Anyway, so these guys, I didn't ask for any advice. I'm the one who's giving the advice. My show, right? But on the comments, they're like, it's like, this isn't played with alternate picking. This sounds like a country song now, or something so stupid. Keyboard warriors, so dumb. And I don't even actually, I think it's hilarious now. Now we also have a platform, this Troll Talk. It's basically to have a laugh about it. But like, it's just so funny how these guys, and it's not even like they're joking. Some might be, but a lot of them aren't, and they think that it's like sacrilegious to play guitar in a way that's different than they play. And what's so funny, probably the funniest part about the whole thing, is the trolls who really go hard at like, oh, this is bullshit, like this is not how you play it, or whatever. The ones that go really hard, I'll usually explain, like, if I feel compelled, if I feel like it's going to serve someone who reads the comments or who watches the show, if I feel compelled, I will respond. And I'll say something like, I'm playing it like this so people can play and access the riff from day one. And then after they can play that riff, let's just say with alternate picking, then if they choose to, they can upgrade and play with with all downstrokes because it's a trickier technique. And I'd say something like makes sense. I usually include that at the end of the comment because I want to see if they're a rational human being or if they're just like, a useless piece of sludge that, that it's like that just appears online. Like almost like a bot or something that's been programmed to just be like an asshole. Anyway, I put that out there as like a lifeline. Like, okay, hey man, do you understand? Like we're simplifying it so the person can play it from day one and then they upgrade. Some of them will say something like, go fuck yourself or something like that. Like they'll actually, like, people have told me they'll flat out just like go off the handle, like just they will fly off the handle and I say make sense and they'll just like go even further down that path. But then other people, and it's obviously hilarious, but other people will say, oh yeah, totally. I actually did the same thing. I couldn't play this chord on this one song, and I play it like this, and whatever, I don't care. And so they'll totally be agreeing with my whole philosophy, my whole manifesto of playing from day one. But their first rude comment, that lives online, by the way, and everybody sees. Like, that's another thing, too. These guys, how funny is it that when they post online, I don't know if this person that they're talking about on this thread, if this person... No, like, I don't know if this person has any follow-up and maybe they also commented online or whatever, but it sounds like this is obviously something that happened in person. But for people who post online, any kind of post that cuts someone down or when they're trolling, it is so funny to me, first of all, that they write something so idiotic, but also that post lives on the internet for anyone to see their idiocy. Like, everybody can see how stupid that post is, and it's just there. They could click on the profile, they can, get whatever information they can on the person, but like, it's just there. There's no anonymity. I mean, sometimes maybe there might be, but even, I don't know, it's very dumb. It's very dumb to me, but that's my favorite. Is someone says a rude comment, a stupid comment, and then I kill them with kindness, and I try to provide insight to anyone, not for them necessarily, and more for someone who's reading it, so they see how I handle it. Also, they might agree, but my favorite is I say something like, you know what I mean, or makes sense at the end of my explanation, and they'll be like, yeah, totally, I've done that before. I'm actually doing that with a song right now. I play a D chord like this, or I played this riff and I can't do the tapping, so I'm doing blah blah blah, and they're totally agreeing with me. Like, why did you say the shitty thing at first? Oh man, it drives me nuts, but at the same time it's hilarious. So let's see here. I liked guitar because you could progress at your own pace and hit milestones at your own leisure. And then I met Ted Nugent. I don't know if he means that maybe Ted Nugent, because Ted Nugent being a good player, it stopped him in his tracks, or if Ted Nugent, if he met him and it was he was cocky. But let's just see. Let's just actually get. Let's see here. I run a weekly open jam session. I meet many. Are you guys liking this show? This is a lot of fun for me, by the way. I'm checking out this stuff and hanging out. But yeah, again, like, the show will evolve. We'll check out a whole bunch of different things. This is hilarious to me. Reading up on different, like, just some guitar players are just so clueless. Many cocky players throughout the years, but as someone who's there just to ensure that everyone's having a good time, I find it best to let them do their thing. So common behaviors: constantly cranking their amp up after I've already gotten everything at a decent mix. Soloing over other people's solos. Oh man, these are the classic. By the way, this is classic. This is like the guitar teacher. You take lessons with a guitar teacher, and the whole time they're showing off the entire time. So they're not actually teaching you anything, or they're just talking about their band the entire time. Like, zero actual, here's how to do this or here's how to do that. Just talking about their band and their upcoming shows, and then they're shredding or like they're showing off, and then there's maybe 5 minutes left and it's like, okay, here's what I want you to practice, and they can't even transfer knowledge. Like, that's like the classic cocky and clueless guitar teacher. But yeah, there's just some players, yeah, soloing over other people's solos, trying to sing at some point, only realize they can't manage it, and then making a joke of the whole song, making comments about other people's playing, overplaying their skill, and making goofy faces to play it off as if it's all a joke. Yeah, anyway, this is pretty ridiculous. I met this guy who boasted that he could play Layla, Sweet Child of Mine, Crazy Little Thing Called Love, and Bohemian Rhapsody after 3 months of guitar. All he could play was hot cross buns at 60 BPM. Anyway, there's a lot of these people are probably making this stuff up. But Dick Dale, oh no way. A band of mine opened for him years ago. At the end of his set, he came over to our merch table and swept all our stuff onto the floor with his arm. What? A few years later, I opened for him with a different band, and we were told we couldn't have a merch table. What the hell, man? It's not like even Dick Dale is like in his prime or anything like that. That's crazy. That sounds insane. Why? Edit. You might find this funny. Dick Dale related. Let's see. Let's see what this is. Oh, video is not available anymore. Okay, that's okay. Let's check out one more. I started learning in my 30s, been taking lessons for 3+ years, mainly focusing on theory. A buddy of mine comes over and starts jamming on my gear and tells me how I just need to not care about theory and go with how things feel, even though he knows even though he knows his scales. Wanted to snatch my guitar out of hand. So yeah, that's classic for sure. By the way, theory is totally fine. I highly recommend, if you can't play anything, play 5 to 10 songs or solos first. Get those under your fingers first, just so you can play. You're a guitar player, right? So you have to be able to play stuff. And then if you want to understand the meaning of it, then study the theory. But that's hilarious. Just, hey man, just go with how things feel. Like, that's not a lesson at all. Just go with how things feel. But all the while, he knows his scales and knows how to improvise. That is so funny. Anyway, all right. Well, that basically, I mean, I had some other stuff, some other ideas that I was thinking about for this show. I mean, one thing that we'll do is blast from the past. I think watching some old performances that I've done might be pretty funny. We'll watch some more concert footage, check out some memes, anything that you guys send. I mean, even a tab if you want to confirm that the tab is accurate for a riff that you love. List goes on. Come up with ideas. I mean, if you have something that you come across the internet, like where it's interesting, or it's like a new piece of gear that you think you want some advice on, see if it's worth the money. If there's a meme that you think is hilarious, if there's a forum thread or a post that you think is cringeworthy, like take a screenshot even. So like screenshots, links, anything like that. Shoot it over to support@rockstarmind.com. Soon, probably below, I'll have, or even maybe over here, I'll have like a link to where you could submit, maybe even under the video, like in the description, a link to where you could submit the stuff, like a screenshot or a link to a site. And then, yeah, and then we'll go from there. We'll just see how it evolves. But I had a blast. I think this is pretty cool and pretty fun. Let me know what you think inside the comments. I really appreciate for anyone who's watching live this pilot episode, this world premiere. I appreciate it. And because you could be anywhere in the world right now, and you chose to be here. So I definitely appreciate it. So thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Scott. Really appreciate it, guys. And yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll chat soon. Take care.